Hello and welcome to your lesson on converting quadratic functions. So, today, scholars will graph quadratic functions and convert between different formats of those functions. So let's first talk about what are the formats of quadratic functions. We talked about them before. So we have standard format, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Vertex format, y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And then, of course, we have factored format, which is y equals x plus p times x plus q. So just a quick note, the same function can be written in each of these formats, and we can convert between them. We do that to find different things about the graph. So, of course, we know in standard form, we can easily see our axis of symmetry, and we can see our y-intercept. In vertex form, you easily see the vertex. And in factored form, you can easily see the x-intercepts, which are also called the zeros of the function. Okay? So let's look at converting between them. So if we're going from factored form to standard, this is pretty easy. You're going to multiply each term in the first factor, this is the first factor, by each term in the second factor, which is here. So we do x times 2x. Sorry, I put my y equals. X times 2x gives me 2x squared. X times negative 3 gives me minus 3x. 4 times 2x gives me plus 8x. And 4 times negative 3 gives me negative 12. Then we combine like terms. You'll notice that negative 3x and positive 8x can be combined. So we end up with y equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. And now you're in standard form. Okay. So what if we want to convert from vertex form to standard form? First, we're going to expand the factors. What does that mean? You'll notice this x plus 2 is squared. We're going to rewrite this as y equals 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 2 minus 5. Next, we're going to multiply everything out. So that means we're going to get y equals 3 times x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 minus 5. And then we are going to combine our like terms. That gives us y equals 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 5. And now I'm going to multiply the 3 into this. So that becomes y equals 3x squared plus 12x plus 12 minus 5. Finish combining our like terms. We get y equals 3x squared plus 12x plus 7. Okay, so we're just going to sit there and multiply out and then combine like terms. Okay, so now let's talk about going from standard form to factored form. So I have x squared minus 3x minus 10. So I'm looking for the factors of c. In this case, c is negative 10. Then add to b. b is negative 3. Well, first thing I know, if two numbers multiply together to equal a negative number, one must be positive, one must be negative. So I need numbers that multiply to negative 10. And then I'm going to see what they add to. So negative 10, let's see, I can do negative 10, positive 1. But that adds to negative 9. 10 and negative 1. But that adds to a positive 9. Can do 5 and negative 2. which adds to 3. I'm close. So let's try -5 and a +2. Well, -5 and a +2 adds to -3, which is what I was looking for. So that means these are the values I need. What I do with that is I'm going to rewrite this as y equals x plus something times x plus something is our format. That is our factored format. So the two numbers I'm going to use there are going to be -5 and 2. So it becomes x plus -5 and x plus 2. Okay? Next one, going from standard to vertex. So in order to do this, we do something called completing the square, and you'll see where that is a little bit further on. First thing you have to do is move C over with Y. Well, we can't really just move it. But to get rid of that plus 32, which is my C, I'm going to subtract 32 from both sides. So I get Y minus 32 equals x squared plus 12. Next, I have to find the number that makes it a square. So we're going to take my B value, so this would be 12x. My B value, which in this case was 12, I'm going to divide it by 2, and then I'm going to square it. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, squared is 36. So I'm going to add 36 to both sides. So now I have y. When I add 36, this becomes plus 4 equals x squared plus 12x plus 36. Now I know that x squared plus 12x plus 36 can be rewritten as x plus 6 squared. So if I have x plus 6 squared, because the factors of 36 to add to 12 are 6 and 6, which is what we found by doing this over here, the b divided by 2 squared. B divided by 2 will be what you put there with your x. But now I need to get rid of the plus 4 over here, so I'm going to subtract 4. So now I have y equals x plus 6 squared minus 4. And now I'm in vertex 4. In this case, the vertex would be -6, -4. Okay. So finally, let's talk about graphing quadratics. When we are given this factored form, that shows us the x-intercepts. So that shows us our x-intercepts. In this case, we have -2, 0, and 8, 0. Okay? I also know that since everything on this part right here, everything with my x is positive, I know that it's going to be opening up, which is another important thing to make sure we know. So the next part here, this gives me my vertex. I know my vertex is 3, -25 from here. I can see that right here. And then in standard form, I know that my y-intercept is -16, which I can see right here. So looking at these different formats, you can see what the graph will look like. And you're going to use this on your classwork. So make sure you work together in a group. Only one person for the group needs to submit it, but you do have to make sure that everyone's names are on it. And you're going to work together on that. Then you're going to do an IXL and come back to see me for your master check. If you have any questions, I'll see you in class.